If you're going to do the final Emirates interview, I'm going to tell you that there are some factors that are very different from previous years. Actually, there are some questions that Emirates recruiters expect specific answers to that reveal your personality and, above all, show you within the company. And I'm going to reveal everything in this video. Hello, how are you? I'm Romulo Gutierrez. This is the Fly Deck Briefing channel. I've been a recruiter and selector for 28 years. Currently, I provide training for recruiters from 45 airlines around the world. And I'm going to reveal to you exactly the secret code for you to pass the final Emirates interview. The first question in 90% of interviews, not just at Emirates, but at airlines around the world is, tell us a little about yourself. At Emirates, they want an answer that has the following characteristics. First, a short answer. This short answer should be from 1 minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Something very specific. Second thing, don't keep telling your life story, where you come from, your background. Generally, these aren't the points that the Emirates recruiter is interested in. He actually wants you to highlight 1, 2, or 3 aspects of your personality. That's the important factor. And one detail, these aspects of your personality have to be genuine things that come from within your heart. That's an important point. And that, obviously, help in providing a premium service for a company that is a world reference. I'll give you an example now. Example. I'm in the Emirates interview and they ask me, tell us a little about yourself. I could say it in the following way. Hello, how are you? First of all, it's a pleasure to participate in this important moment. I'm Romulo Gutierrez. I'm 48 years old. I'm Brazilian. I live in Rio de Janeiro. And characteristics of my personality? I'm a person who likes to get to know cultures. I always read about different cultures. I try to interact with different people because I believe that in this way, I learn a lot. A second characteristic, I value the customer experience very much. Since I was 14 years old, I started working at Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro, and I always served customers with a smile on my face and a smile in my voice too. And I believe that the customer experience is one of the factors that makes me happiest in my daily life. Making someone happy makes me happy. And a third very clear point about my character is that I am a conflict peacemaker. I like to resolve things through dialogue and through good understanding. And I am sure that these prerequisites can help a lot in these duties of an Emirates flight attendant. So notice, it's a quick, brief, and revealing presentation of my personality. Of course, I did something fictitious for you, just for you to memorize, but it's important. So have 3 factors of your personality that you will think about bringing up in the Tell Me About Yourself question. Let's go now to the second question. Before I go to the second question, there are 50 errors. 50! Errors that fail many candidates at Emirates and at other airlines as well, okay? Since I won't have time to address these 50 errors, in this video, I left my ebook, The 50 Fatal Errors in the Selection Processes for Flight Attendants. The link is in the video description. It's in the first pinned comment as well, okay? If you want to go straight to the site to make the purchase, the site is www.flydeckbriefing.com/ebook. And there you can make the purchase. Second question, why do you want to work at Emirates? Now, this answer, how can I put it? It's very important that you bring up factors that the recruiter wants to hear, and not just your individual aspirations. So factors like a company with a global reputation, that the company has a very high commitment to safety, customer experience, innovation, that it has a whole capacity to please and satisfy the customer, are answers that Emirates recruiters love to hear. If I am asked in the interview, I could say, use the technique. I call it the 3 factors technique. All right? So I'm going to put three strong reasons why I want to work at Emirates. So I can say there are three factors why I would like to work at Emirates. The first factor is the company with the highest reputation in the world, a respected company. And obviously, when I'm working at Emirates, I'm also respected by people around the world. This is a primary reason why I want to work at Emirates. A second reason is the commitment the company has to aspects like safety, innovation, and customer experience. So it's a company that cares about both safety factors and a good customer experience. And I believe that this aligns, it relates a lot to what I think about service practices. And a third factor, then I can bring something of my own, a factor of mine, specific to me. Ever since I became interested in the flight attendant profession, I studied airlines and chose Emirates as the company that most enables growth, most enables a successful career, most enables people's admiration. And I look for all of that within Emirates. So notice that I can relate two factors for the company and one for myself. Let's go to the third one now. The third question is, tell me about a tense moment you had to face with a customer and what you did at that moment, okay? When this question comes up, the ideal is to use the STAR method, all right? Tell a situation, a task, an action, and a result. Emirates situational questions in the final interview require the ability to provide examples. The recruiter doesn't want you to say, oh, I handle conflicts very calmly, very easily. No, give an example. Tell me about a tense moment. So I'm going to give an example here based on the STAR method. So I could say a tense moment I had with a customer was when I worked selling car insurance, and a customer, he crashed his car and he complained that the insurance was taking too long to respond. And he arrived at my office very upset. Situation. The task at first was to listen to him politely without interrupting him, even though he was upset. And from all of that, listening that I did of his problem, I proposed an action. I told him, okay, I understand. I'm going to invite you to sit next to me, showing a sense of partnership. And then I started making some phone calls to mediate the insurance claim and the repair of his car. That calmed him down. I offered him a coffee, and the result was that after 10 days, his car was already fixed. He was happy, and he left a public compliment on Google for me. So in tense moments, I usually stay calm, put myself in the customer's shoes, and propose solutions. That's what I did in this example. This example is fictitious. If you've made it this far into the video, write fictitious example, just so I know you're here, okay? But it'll be clear in your mind. Let's move on to the fourth important question. Before I continue, do you want to do a mock interview live and online on Google Meet? Or any other stage for Emirates or another airline you're applying for? Group dynamics, virtual stages, your open day? You can reach out to me via the link in the description, okay? In the description, there are two ways to contact me. Through WhatsApp, you message me and we'll schedule a live, online, and individual mentoring session. 1 session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions, as many as you like. And you can also book through the link below on the website, www.flydeckbriefing.com. And there you'll find the scheduling system. Choose the days you want to be seen, the times you want to be seen. Right there, you can make the payment through Hotmart, which is a payment platform accepted in over 100 countries with clear refund policies. And you'll receive the Google Meet link for our individual mentoring sessions, and it'll help you a lot. Here at Flydeck Briefing, videos are every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. The world of global aviation happens here at Flydeck Briefing. I need you to subscribe. And give it a like too. Let's go to the fourth question, which is, how would it be for you to deal with people from different backgrounds? So this is a question that also comes up. Something the recruiter wants to hear. Emirates is a multicultural company. Obviously, you'll have conflicts of interpretation. That's fine. So I could say, I deal very well with different backgrounds and cultures. And I know very well that we have our beliefs, our values, and that this can lead to some conflicts. However, I tend to be a flexible person, always with an open mind to learn, and I usually read situations and people very quickly. And then, if you have a quick 30-second example of people you've met, people you've adapted to, people from totally different cultures than yours that you've come to admire, it's very important. Okay? Fifth question. How would you handle an emergency on board? This is a very important question. Here, the Emirates recruiter is looking to assess if the candidate is capable of following operational procedures. Standard. The company has its safety procedures, and right now, it doesn't want a creative cabin crew member. It needs a calm cabin crew member who knows how to apply the training they've received and continue to receive and follow safety procedures and protocols. That's the point. So when asked, I could say that in any emergency situation, I would take 3 measures. First, follow all the safety protocols I learned during my training at Emirates. I think this is the central point. Second, stay calm. After all, it's necessary to trust the entire crew, the aircraft, the ground professionals, and stay calm, because if panic sets in, it can worsen an emergency situation on board. And I'm sure that with this, it's possible to calmly resolve emergency situations. That's what the recruiter expects. Sixth question. Let's go to the sixth. If you're at this point in the video, right, I'm here. And I'm giving this complete masterclass for you to pass the final Emirates interview. Sixth question. If you're not approved in this selection, what do you plan to do? Remembering that you have 6 months to be able to reapply for the position. My tip here is to avoid saying that you'll look for other airlines like Qatar, Etihad, Cathay, or even United Airlines. No. I would answer the following. I'm not saying my answer is totally right, but I believe from what I know of Emirates recruiters, the answer follows a pattern of continuous improvement. Improve continuously. So I could say, if I'm not approved, first I'll think about the reasons for my rejection, evaluate those reasons, and the next day start studying more, improving my answers, understanding the company culture better, preparing my resume better, to reach this stage again in 6 or 8 months at any open day around the world until I achieve my professional goal of being an Emirates cabin crew member. It's not a professional dream. It's actually a professional goal, you know? Okay. That's honestly a really good answer too, I have to say. And a seventh question there. They might ask if you're participating in other selections at other global elite companies, right? And here they want to check the issue of honesty and loyalty. So if you happen to be applying to other airlines, you can say so. It's not a problem. Because what does that show? Honesty. Honesty. But it's important that you mention your priority, which is Emirates. So I could give you an example. Yes, right now, I'm in the selection process for Etihad. It's a great airline, but my priority is Emirates, because then you list 1 or 2 reasons why they're your priority. Everything I've taught you will help a lot, but I have a follow-up video on Emirates that will help you with the other stages of the selection process, which are right here in this video. Go check it out. It's going to help you a lot. Good luck with your prep. Take care and see you soon. Bye.